Guys, what's up? It's your girl Precious back with another review video for the have and the have-nots. Can you talk, Precious? Back with another video of the have and the have-nots review. So, without further ado, let's get into the video. The first 15 minutes of this episode is all about Erica and Veronica. Veronica's still in Erica's room. She's asking her, oh, so who are you? This, and the third. Erica is on the phone currently with David. David asked to speak to Veronica. Erica gives Veronica the phone, and they're on the phone talking about. David tells her, leave this alone. Go ahead on. But, Veronica's Veronica. She's still trying to get to the bottom of it. She's basically saying that David is paying Erica for sex and all this and all that. It's just pretty much a waste because they're pretty much saying the same things over and over again. Veronica's insulting her, asking her about her pimp, all this and all this. The whole 15 minutes of the show is about this. Okay. So, Erica calls security and, Veronica pretty much waits till security gets there to leave. So now we're back with Candace and Jeffrey. They're still downstairs, I guess, of that hotel where they were at when they last talked to Veronica. They're down there talking about, okay, where did Veronica go? And just, just chit-chatting. And but you can tell in the little clip when Candace pulls her hair down like this, like her weave is messed up. Like I can see the line of demarcation to where her scalp is, to where that wig sits on the back. I don't know. Maybe that's just me, and maybe I'm being petty about it. But I'm thinking, like, Tyler Perry, all that money you got, you could fix Candace weave. Like, come on. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. So they're just chit-chatting. In the midst of their chit-chatting, Benny is calling Candace. Candace does not answer the phone call. She keeps hitting ignore or whatever on her phone. She doesn't want to talk to Benny right now because she knows what she's done. So Candace begins to tell Jeffrey about how she mortgaged Benny's stuff. And then Jeffrey's like, oh my gosh, you and my mom think alike. Both of y'all go around here using people. And she's like, using people? What do you mean? And she's like, I tried to help Benny. I gave him this and I gave him that. And Jeffrey is like, and you took it all away because you mortgaged it. And so she was like, well, using people, what about you and Justin? Justin is AKA Police Booty. I have named him Police Booty. So, he's like, I'm not using him. And she's like, yes, you are. And then he's like, no. And she was like, I told you to get close to him, but I didn't tell you to fall in love with him. And he's like, I don't love him. I didn't fall in love with him or whatever. And then, she's like, well, you really like him then. And he's like, well, they're just, they're going back and forth or whatever. And then Oscar shows up to the table and he pretty much, tells Jeffrey to go head on to move from the table or whatever. And Jeffrey just goes and he says, well, I'm going to go get the knife because, hey, we've already pretty much killed one. What's another one? So he leaves the table and then Oscar sits down and then Oscar's like, give me a moment of your time. And then Candace is telling him, like, no, if you don't get away from this table, I am going to scream, rape, and murder. Get away from this table. Get away from me. And he's like, just give me a few seconds of your time. Just give me a few seconds of your time. And he wants to show Candace his mark. His mark is getting ready to walk past the table. And his mark is this guy who is the favorite for the presidential election. And that's the one that he has been trying to ask Candace's help to get. Candace is still, she looked at him, she's kind of entertaining what he's saying, but she's still saying pretty much she wants no parts of it. And so Candace eventually screams, Oscar goes away, and Jeffrey, he's still sitting at another table from when he left the table with Candace. He gets a call from Police Booty, and Police Booty is asking him, are you safe? Are you good? I'm on the way. Where are you at? He tells him he's at the hotel. He tells him, okay. He tells him what room. Jeffrey says he doesn't have a room. He's like, well, get a room. And then he hangs up. So then Erica calls Candace. So, and they're talking and they're saying, how's your day? And they both basically are saying they're not having a good day. And then they're saying, well, okay, well, where you at? They realize they're at the same hotel. So Candace goes up to Erica's room. Up in Erica's room, Erica tells Candace all about how Veronica showed up and how, crazy she was acting or whatever. Candace tells her, well, stay clear from her because that lady is crazy, like batshit crazy. She's sane at moments, but then she acts completely foolish at other moments. So it's like, so pretty much just stay away from her. She's a different type of crazy than us. And then Erica throws in there crazy like war. She just threw that out of nowhere, and Candace kind of looked at her, but kind of she's like, yeah, okay, and then kind of changes the conversation. And then Candace tells Erica about how she lost the house, and she tells her about how they killed Quincy, and she also tells her about how the police have found the body, and she don't know how long she's going to be free. And so Erica's like, oh my gosh, Candace, like, why you didn't call me? Why? I could have helped you. And she's like, help me how? Like, what could you have done? And she was like, well, I know people. And she was like, girl, your people are my people. So what are you talking about? You couldn't have helped me. And I'm beginning to think that Erica is Candace's friend, but she's shady. Like, she's got something working on the side or something, maybe. I don't know. So Candace gets a call from Benny, and Benny's pretty much asking her, where are you? She's like, Benny, calm down. And he's steadily, he's like, where are you? And she tells him she's at the hotel. And he's like, okay, what room I'm coming? And she goes, I'll meet you in the lobby or whatever. So she gets off the phone with him. And now we're over at Quita. Quita and her little goon have Wyatt at Wyatt's house. Wyatt is on the couch. He's fiending. He wants these drugs. They're not really paying too much attention to him. Well, Quita ain't, because Quita just walking around. She's talking about how hungry she is. She's admiring his place. She's like, oh my gosh, how much money do you have, white boy? She's looking at the bed, saying he got the good sheets, and she all in his refrigerator and all this and all that. And she's telling him, she pretty much tells Wyatt, that we are going to spend the night with you tonight, and we're going to take you to the bank in the morning. We're going to get all your money. And Wyatt's like, no, please, I just need to just please take whatever you want and leave. And she's like, yeah, please give me all of your money.
We're going to stay with you tonight.
What?
Yeah. We're going to stay with you till tomorrow. And then we're going to the bank, and we're getting all the money from you.
What? Come on, please.
Please, that's right. Please give us all your money.
So while they're just still scoping the place out, Wyatt sees a phone on the opposite couch. He gets up, he gets the phone. It didn't show what he did with the phone, but he did get the phone. So now we are back with Candace and Benny. Benny is downstairs in the lobby of the hotel waiting on Candace. She walks up. Benny is very irate. He's telling her, bring your ass, get your ass, come on, let's go. Candace is still thinking that he's pretty much talking about the fact that, she didn't show up with the money and his stuff got taken away. He's pretty much spent a whole 10 minutes trying to convince Candace to take her ass to the truck outside. She's like, no, I'm not going. What are you talking about? Like, I'm sorry I didn't get the money. I'm sorry you lost this. And then I love you. And he's like, love me? What do you mean? Like, he's pretty much, he's irate. He's fed up. He's talking loud. He's screaming. He's making a big old scene down here in this lobby of these rich folks hotel, the Artesian. Benny is pretty much saying, he's left with nothing because she mortgaged all his stuff. And Candace is like, what are you talking about? I've been on my own since I was 17. I'm good. And she was like, I got my own car. And he was like, no, you don't, girl. They looking for that car. The bank owns that car now. They looking for it. That car's pretty much stolen merchandise. Bring your ass. Let's go. And he tells her about how Mitch tried to take his truck back and how he's in jail. He tells her about how War is out. The War is and looking for her. A guy that works at the hotel comes up to Candace and he's like, it's okay, Candace, we've called security. And Candace is like, no, it's fine. And she leaves with Benny. Back at the Cryers, Jim is sitting down watching the news. Catherine walks up on him and she's like, what are you doing? Why haven't you left yet? He's watching the news, and on the news is pretty much talking about Jennifer Sallison and how everybody's been looking for her and how it's not like her to just up and leave. And she's like, I don't care nothing about that. Just leave. And he's like, I'm not leaving because you're probably going to do something else dumb. And so now they're going at it and they're having words back and forth. Jim finally says, well, fine, I'll leave. But under one condition, I'll leave if you go and talk to Veronica and smooth things out. She's like, over my damn dead body, hell or freeze over first. I'm not talking to her ever again in life. And Jim's scared that since, you know, Veronica's out and about and stuff like that, and they're not communicating because they're pretty much all in this together, he thinks that Veronica's going to get the lead over everything because she's not with everybody else, and he might think that she's going to go tattle, she's going to go say what happened, she's going to go and tell her story before they can get a grip of the whole situation and how to spin it. So now Candace's house is on the news, and they're showing about how the body was found and all this and all that. And so in the background, right behind the news reporter, he saw Veronica walking across. And he's like, what is she doing there? And now he's questioning it and all this other type of stuff. If y'all hear the pages turn, that is my notes. But anyway, so over at the hotel with Hannah and Quincy Jr. are at the hotel. Quincy Jr. is watching the news, which is kind of weird. Like, why they got a kid watching the news? Because kids don't watch news. But anyways, so he's watching the news. And he hears stuff about Candace, or he sees something on the news, and then he's like, "Oh, that's my mama. That's my mom." And then Hannah's like, "What? What are you talking about?" So she comes over there, and she's listening to the story of them tell about what happened over at Candace's house. She tells him, you know, go over there, put your headphones on. On the news, they're talking about how a set of Jaguar keys were found with the body, that they don't know the cause of death of the body, and that the body was Quincy Maxwell's body, found at Candace's house, and also that there was a bracelet found with the body. So now Benny and Candace walk through the hotel room door. Hannah is pretty much in a state of shock and sitting on the bed, and she looks at Benny and she goes, "Where is your bracelet?" And so she's beginning to put two and two together, and she knows that Benny will do anything for his sister, so she's now thinking to herself, what the hell have these kids done? And that is where this episode ends. This episode to me was a little slow in getting to things, but you know, it was what it was. Thank you guys so much for watching my videos. I love you guys to the moon and back. And if you haven't subscribed already, hit that subscribe button. And I will see you guys next week. Bye guys.